The first day back at the shop after the new year, and we got to check up on our plants. So come with us and see how everyone's doing. This is a really, really cool philodendron. It's a moonlight philodendron, and I just wanted to show you a bit. We're getting to watch a baby leaf be born. You can see it kind of shoots out these parts here, and then out of them come the new leaves, and this piece will kind of pop out, and then we'll have a brand new leaf. I just thought that was really cool.
It's cool. These guys, I think, what are they called? Moonlight?
Moonlight philodendron.
So
yeah.
Someone told me the reason they're called that is because the new leaves are yellow. So here's another guy over here, and you can kind of see him. At first I was like, we have a problem with these plants. They are deficient in something, but that's just what they do, which is kind of neat.
If you want to get a shot of this guy, Matt, I notice him because he's got this kind of dying yellow leaf. And anytime it's like, why did that randomly die off? Could be a multitude of reasons. I'm going to clip it off just to, it has plenty of other leaves just to see if there's anything going on that we can see. I always just check and say, like, why do we think this leaf died? Is it a pest issue? Was it a watering issue? Is there anything that I can see right out of the gate? And nothing, maybe? What do you think, Matt? Do you think that's something?
I don't know.
That might be that. That looks suspicious.
Sometimes when you transplant, some of the older, weaker leaves just get shed out. Although I don't love like some of the burned fringes that looks like it's been dry. I do think some of the new stuff, it's got a little bit of yellowing. Let's keep an eye. It feels okay, like it's recovering. Sometimes plants need to get their bearings and new setups.
That is a giant elephant ear plant.
I can't wait till that gets huge.
Yeah,
if we
could have the possibility to get absolutely enormous. Another plant that I wanted to check in on are the aloes that we transplanted a few days ago. And similar to what Matt was saying, they might look a little rough in the beginning because they're settling in. I watered them 2 days ago. You don't want those new roots to dry out, but you also don't want to soak them. It's kind of the art and science of transplanting. So you can tell,
almost like you want to create like a humid environment in the soil, but you don't want them sitting in water.
That's a good way to say it. So you can just tell by looking at the soil, it's a little bit dark. They're still damp, so I'm not going to water them today, and they look like they're all right. And we got 18 aloe plants out of one large pot. So it was one mother plant with 17 pups that we were able to put into 18 different pots, so that was really cool. Anything else you want to show here, Matt, or should we head on
No, let's go check out that monstera.
All right. So a few days ago, right before the new year, we had a monstera that was just looking rough, looked dried out. You know, we were watering it, but the leaves just never really looked robust and green and shiny. So we kind of have been using our greenhouse as like our super plant hospital, especially obviously for tropical plants. It's very moist in there, very bright in there, and it tends to just help everybody pop right back up. So we moved her in the hopes that she would start feeling better, and we haven't checked on her, so you're gonna get to see live.
Come on!
Now we made the right call.
It's either, I think my bet is looking good.
So one thing I'll just say right away, when I check the greenhouse, I can see that there's water on the inside, so that's good. I know that it's moist in there still, so, you know, we're not in a...
Feel that humidity.
Watering. Ooh, yeah, and you can just tell by walking in. I mean, I think actually she's looking a lot better. You can see how rough, like the edges of her leaves were browning up, but she was starting to look light yellow. And we had just transplanted her, so it wasn't a nutrient issue. And you can see that she just, well, you might not be able to tell, but I can tell she's starting to look greener and plumper. So I think she's gonna live in here for a little bit. And
I'm excited to see what this one does, just to kind of, I'm gonna quickly, I'm gonna flip this so I can talk to you. Let's see if we can set that, but I'm excited if you to see what this one does. I put the vining right here, you can see, and I think this is gonna go bananas up the wall.
Yeah.
Once it gets moving, here's an end to it. But once that thing gets going, I can't wait to see. It's cool watching these guys in a setup like this because it's so humid, it's so jungly that you'll start seeing plants do what they might do. Like, look at the size of some of these pothos leaves back here. I've just never had pothos leaves so fat. I've seen them in like huge greenhouses only. And, you know, maybe someday my dream is to get one of these bad boys to flower a pothos. If anyone, you know, I guess they haven't produced seeds in captivity in 50 years, which is nuts. More now, right? Since
Yeah.
the 60s, apparently.
Yeah.
So,
I always just like to point these out. Look at these caladium leaves. These plants were
Boom.
struggling so hard. And then we brought them in here. I think this one's called Berries and Burgundy, I think is the name. Yeah, Berries and Burgundy is the name of this guy. And they're just absolutely massive. They started off tiny and they just have loved living in the humidity in here. So everyone's doing good. And our banana plant is coming back. She almost died, but
there were a lot of doubters. There were a lot of doubters who said this one was dead, much like
yeah, that one
that's
probably is
probably
dead.
not coming
That one
back. That was
looks
a
dead.
gift to us, so I'm gonna blame someone else besides myself because that's way easier to do.
Even when planting is your full-time job, you still lose them sometimes.
Yeah. These are some bonsai buried in here just to get their roots kind of going up again. And
Oh my gosh, look at this one was a gift. This one has exploded.
God, it's
When
so
we
pretty.
got this one, it had 3 leaves on it. Look at all that new growth. Oh my gosh, that one is really loving the greenhouse. Love that. Gorgeous, so shiny. Looks really good. Really, really good.
this, it feels like it's got plenty of water,
Okay.
but it looks a little wilty and
It
pissed.
does look wilty and pissed.
I think we could water in here. It's like the humidity is up in here, but I don't know,
The soil
If the
is
soil's wet?
pulling. Yeah.
which sometimes can be a really good recipe from my experience. Oop. Whoops. Retouches on. I don't know what that means. But sometimes when you get really high humidity, but the roots are dry, it can actually lead to some problems like pest issue wise, because the pests love it because it's all wet. But like particularly powdery mildew, dry soil and wet, like humid conditions.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. It's looking really, a lot of plants are looking really good in here. Some that plant did not survive. Definitely water in there today, and that's a really good call. Do you want to just check some of our larger plants? Like, I haven't watered, I think in 2 weeks we haven't watered, or maybe a week, fiddle leaf figs, the ornamental figs.
Yeah.
Just want to check them and decide what needs to be done. Got to come up with a game plan. I think a lot of them could use just a nice, water through the bottom. But let's see. Look, this one's putting out babies. Oh, yeah, this is pretty dry. And it's light when I tip it, and Sunny's gonna help me. Sunny always helps with plant care. You like this part of the job, you good boy? Yes, you good boy. It's amazing how fast you can, the fact that I can lift this giant pot, she could use some water, she's light. Matt, you gotta get her Jane just since we're here.
Oh my gosh, look at this thing. This was a gift to us, and it's a gift. I just couldn't believe it. From another garden store who's just gave it to us, and so beautiful. Look at this stunning. Let me get the angle on this right. Look at
Yeah.
this. It's just a beaut.
Yeah, whoever was,
Look how big it is too.
it's gorgeous.
Thank you.
Absolutely gorgeous. And actually, these ones on the bottom, these had broken off when we were moving it, and I literally just stuck them in when we transplanted it, and they have been doing great. I don't want to pull them up, just because obviously if they are rooting, they're fragile. But I'm excited to make a couple little babies off of that. I think I might clip this one
Yeah.
and then replant that.
You want to take that guy off? I was
Should I
thinking
do
the
it now?
same.
I
Yeah.
know. It looks like it broke. It didn't. It's just the way it's grown.
Let's take it off.
Go right here.
Yep. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Nice.
Ah!
Maybe a little closer. You left a little
I did leave a
knob.
little nub.
That's one thing that the rounded shears, the bonsai guys use
Yeah.
them for, is to smooth out those curbs. You gonna plant it right there?
I think I am just for now.
Cool.
It's damp in here.
You know what? This thing is making a lot of noise. That's probably killing her off. Yeah.
Although, what do you think? I just saw it. It has
looks
roots
pretty.
already.
Cool.
Should I do it on its side?
Nah. Yeah, I mean,
No, it's hard to say.
so cool looking standing up, I think.
All right, let's go. Let's try it.
I'd say
It's
do
an
that.
extra one anyways.
How's the soil? Is it wet?
It's I think she could use a little watering. It's not wet, but it's not bone dry. But I actually was surprised that it's not wet. I don't know if you guys can see there's rice hulls and straw on top, and that's to help prevent fungus gnats. Fungus gnats need a damp layer of soil to land and lay their eggs. And so if you have a dry layer of soil, there is no way to land and lay their eggs, and then you disrupt their life cycle and hopefully get rid of the fungus gnats. The other thing we do to help with fungus gnats is grow pitcher plants. And these guys are catching all the
This thing's
time.
a beast. Let's find a good
Oh my God, this thing is a beast.
picture. Ooh, look at this. This isn't good. This looks like it's dead.
Ooh.
I don't like this.
Yeah. Let's see.
Oh, you pulled them.
I pulled them out because they didn't root, and I was
Okay.
doing a video on it.
Got it.
But maybe I messed it up.
This, hey.
Yeah.
That's how you learn.
I did a clipping. This is
Yeah,
a
all these guys
transplant.
look like they're dying now.
You're right, which is weird because they're still connected to the mother. Maybe she needs water. Let's water her today too.
Had they not been developing roots?
No, I pulled them out to see, and then I took a cutting to hopefully transplant it that way to see if that works instead.
And I'm not seeing good pictures growing on this either.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know what's going on here. It's funny. This is one of those plants. I thought, wow, I've got this down.
I know, it was producing pictures like crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well.
So one thing I was reading up on them when I was doing the transplanting is that the trimming of them to make, to get cuttings to make more pitcher plants can actually trigger more pitchers to be produced.
Cool.
So that might be what's going on, is we just had a lot of these vines. But I don't know if anyone has any ideas. It did have tons of pictures on it, and now it's definitely reduced a little bit. Anything else, Matt?
That's all I've got.
All right, you want to take a peek at the aquaponics system. You can't beat it.
Let's say
Say good
hi.
morning to the fish.
Plants.
Check how the plants are doing up there.
Look at those. And then we can probably bring this down.
So pretty. Look at this new growth on this pothos. So
Yeah.
gorgeous.
Oops, sorry, friends. Trying to get a good view of the fish, but the reflection's pretty bad. Okay, that's Dimples and his friend. All right, guys. Well, I think not getting a great shot, so although there we go.
Show them the passion. I don't know if it's. Show them the passion fruit plant.
Yeah.
Beautiful trimmings of it. This thing has gotten absolutely huge. I watered it 2 days ago. You can imagine, if you can see the huge pots they're in. I think they're 50-gallon pots. And it's a very tropical plant. It wants lots of light, lots of water. And she looks much happy since I've watered her. I purposely leave water on the bottom of her big saucers so that she can kind of continue to drink after she's gotten her initial watering, because this is a plant that wants water. She sheds. We love her, but man, does she shed. She sheds all the time. So I'm always just kind of doing a quick drive-by to pull out any shedding leaves so that she looks nice and beautiful, and so that none of the leaves that she has dropped sit on top of the other leaves that are healthy, because obviously that'll kill them if they're unable to get to the light. So just try to give her a little shake and pull any yellow leaves out of the way, and take any dead or dying vines out. And that's it. Well,
Awesome.
thanks for joining us, you guys. Have a great day.
Bye, everyone.